Good evening to most of us. It's good evening to most of us in
We
this
are
group.
live. Oh,
I'm getting a bit of feedback. Are we good?
okay.
We are good. Okay, good evening, everybody. And it is evening. I know most of the people in this group are in the UK or in the European market. So I want to start by saying a massive welcome to all of you who are joining us this evening. My name is Lara Zimmerman. I am a Premier Pro 5 at LifeVantage. I've been with this company since it launched in the UK 5 years ago. It was actually 5 years ago in March. And I pinch myself every time I hear that. I personally have been on the products since October 15, so almost 6 years. Now, what I want to do is I want to start by thanking Jessica and her amazing team who've invited you all along. So big love to Jessica and Paul and all the gang who've invited you all along. Now, I'm not going to be talking for very long, but what I do want to do is introduce you to this lady who is sitting in front of you, a lady by the name of Tara Wilson, who I had the privilege of getting to know about 8.5 years ago. Tara is a mom. She's got 3 beautiful children. She has also got a real hunk of a husband, a gorgeous man called Chris. They are a real dream couple in every sense of the word. And Tara has been in network marketing for 14 years. She has built in sales across the company she's been in over $300 million. Now, just tell me, who would like to build that sort of legacy? Her earnings have capped over $7 million, and $4 million of that has been through LifeVantage in the last 5 years. And again, I know there's a lot of people in this group who are network marketers, have been coming from that industry. Well, let me just tell you that you are sitting here and you're about to hear from somebody who is an absolute pro in this industry. She's part of what I call network marketing royalty. She's spoken at events with Eric Worre and Fraser Brooks and a whole host of well-known people that we all follow and that we respect greatly. She is an author. She is so incredibly passionate about health and well-being. My goodness, she speaks from the heart when she speaks about our products, but she's also incredibly passionate and about helping people gain financial freedom. People like us who, for whatever reason, heard about a company, heard about a product, heard about network marketing and thought, you know what, I want a piece of that. So I am so proud to call her one of my business partners. She is an absolute powerhouse. She's a barrel of fun. She's the epitome of a leader that you just want to surround yourself around. And I'm going to hand over to her. She's going to share with you why she joined LifeVantage, and she could have gone anywhere in the world, by the way. And she's going to talk to you about what this company has, what unique opportunity, what unique products that we can go out there, if you so choose to, and make a massive difference to people. So my lovely Tara, over to you.
Well, thank you. And you can also call me a friend because we've had wine and curry together. So we are definitely on the friend status. And no, it's
a lot of wine.
We've known each other for what, 8 years now, 9 years. And
yeah.
Love you. You're such an amazing person and leader. And you guys are very fortunate to have her, as well as Lisa Panton, who have literally led the charge, that saw the vision when Rachel Picard, Pro 10, and myself saw this. In July of 2015, we were top earners at a company. And after watching my team sales go from $7.5 million a month, sliding all the way down to about $1.5 million a month, we kind of hit the panic button and realized that we were on a sinking ship. And I normally don't talk about this, but I know that a lot of you are networkers. And so we started researching, and I have a really good friend named Carrie Dickey. She's actually our top earner here in LifeVantage. We met 14.5 years ago in my first company, and I knew her as just the same kind of person, just passionate, loves people, health and wellness, humble, kind, hardworking. And we just remained friends. And she called me and said, hey, you got to take a look. And I said, I'm not in the position to. And then she said, well, if your position ever changes, please just come see. I will bet you'll be excited. And so when we did, for 4 months, just researched and did our due diligence and flew into the company, and then flew out with a handful of leaders, and then went to an event. I knew that I had found the home. And so my journey did start 14.5 years ago. I was working full time with 2 small kids at the time. And I'll actually share my screen really quick. Give me a second. And we're gonna show you. Oh, sorry. View slideshow. Are we good, Laura? Okay, awesome.
Very
So
good.
there's actually, this is a really outdated picture. I just was scrambling to get some picture in there a few minutes ago. But at the time, my son that's in the white shirt, he was 7, and the daughter all the way to the left was only 11 months. And you know, I thought that I was living the American dream. I had an amazing degree from UC Berkeley in psychology. I had an incredible 6-figure career in mortgage on top of my husband's amazingly, so we thought, stable career in corporate America. And we thought we were doing what we were supposed to do, right? Work hard, save money, pay off debt, you know, pay into retirement funds, go on your 2 vacations a year, spend time like on the evenings and weekends with your family. Although my husband's job was so demanding, we hardly ever saw him. He always teases, we called him the weekend daddy. So I wasn't poor. I always tell people, like, my story is not a rags to riches story. We had a lot of money. We were making $250,000 a year, and this was 14 years ago, which was plenty. We were not in debt. We weren't unhappy, but we never saw each other. And our quality of life, getting the kids off to school and working all day, and then picking them up exhausted from working all day, and cooking and helping them with their homework and bathing them and story time and bedtime, to collapse on the couch, watch a little TV, maybe pay some bills, have the weekends for laundry and cleaning and errands, and then do it all over again. One of the chapters in one of the books I was a co-author in, I wrote it and I called it Groundhog Day. I don't know if you saw that movie with Bill Murray. It's just like every day was the same day. And so when my sister and brother brought me this opportunity, at first I was like, oh no, I think it's one of those things. You know, I had a neighbor when I was in my early 20s, when my first son was only a baby, and they would invite me to their meetings, and I went to one and I'm like, oh, they want me to sell stuff, you know? And so I, like many people, you guys are all going to think back to before you were in network marketing, you thought it was a pyramid scheme or a cult or some crazy sales thing. And I too. And so I was really kind of closed-minded to it. And my sister just said the magic words. She said, look, it's a health product. You care about your health. That's why I was interested. And I think you're going to be really impressed with what you see. And there's honestly an amazing opportunity. And she says, look, I'm going to do it, and we're going to be really successful. And if you don't, you're going to kick yourself. And I remember, like, literally where I was standing in my tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,200 square foot condo, like a tiny little home. It would fit in my master bedroom that I have now, honestly. And I remember staring out at the little community pool, and I thought for 1 second, what if she's right? It gives me the chills just to think about it. If she's right, my life will be different. If she's wrong, I wasted an evening. So I went to the meeting and I met people who were making $300,000 a year, and they were only in the company for 10 months. And I started thinking differently, because I never knew anyone that made the kind of money that I make in network marketing, which my highest was, you know, 987,000 a year. I haven't hit the $1 million a year, almost, a few times, but it is coming. But I never knew anyone that made anything more than a couple $1,000s selling jewelry or makeup. So it wasn't interesting to me, because I didn't want to spend more time away from my family. But when I saw that they could do this in a really like short amount of time, I knew my life would get crazy. I knew it would be awful. And I knew it would be even more, you know, because I didn't have the time, I didn't have the energy, but I knew it would be worth it. And so, you guys, I just dove right in, and I learned the industry, and I learned the comp plan, and I learned about the products. I learned about technology and words that I never knew the definition. I didn't even know what an antioxidant was. I didn't know what a free radical was. Like, I didn't know anything about, you know, oxidative stress and inflammation. All these things were bombarding at me. And I know some of the things that we're going to talk about today, you're going to feel the same way. But I learned along the way. I dove in. I turned off my television, not for a couple of nights. I turned my television off for 6 years. And in those 6 years, I not only became a millionaire, I created 6 other millionaires. And it's going on and on and on. And I was able to quit my job within 7 months. I replaced my income within 9 months. I tripled my income within 15 months. And 5 years in, I was able to bring my husband home. So for the last 8 years, my children have had both of them. So when I had my little daughter, who's now 12, I was already retired, and I was able to be home with her. And I didn't have to look at that date on the calendar, like, when do I have to leave my daughter again? because that's what my driving force was. I went to pick up my 1-year-old and my nanny told me she took her first steps. And that's when I knew that I had to do something. And so when that happened and the opportunity came, it was the perfect timing in my life. Everyone's got a different reason. For me, I wanted to be home with my kids. So it's a dream come true. And then 5.5 years ago, like I said, my journey took me to LifeVantage. And LifeVantage is exactly what I wanted from the time I got in. I wanted a product that was going to make a real difference. I wanted a product that was affordable. I wanted it backed by science. Guys, I sold $300,000 or $400,000 a month in this expensive product in my first company, and it had one white paper, like one white paper. We have so much science that I'm going to share with you guys today, and I'm excited to share that with you. So we're going to tell you how you can take not only control of your health, but of your bank account. So one second, hold on, I'm getting blown up on my children. So in a meeting, isn't that funny? Like, this is real life, people. Okay, they keep calling me and it's buzzing my watch. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a peek behind the curtain of what I saw as an entrepreneur who already had over $200 million in sales under my belt. I literally could have gone anywhere. Like Laura said, I could have gone anywhere. I was being thrown offers like $100,000 income a month, guaranteed for 6 months. Like, the bar was so low. I hit it my first month in LifeVantage. Like, I literally could have gone anywhere. I was literally offered the red carpet from every company out there, sending me thousands of dollars worth of product and offering to fly me and Rachel in. But you know what? I wanted something that I wanted. So I knew what I wanted. I wanted a product that was affordable, that was backed by science, that was unique, and that nobody had, that was patent protected. So we're gonna go over that. But I'm gonna rewind the clock a little bit, because this actually started in 1968. This award-winning scientist discovered a molecule called SOD. We're gonna call it SOD. That's okay. It means superoxide dismutase. Woo, there's that Berkeley education for you. In the late 60s. What they found, we're going to talk about in a second, but it was so significant that they actually measure it in McCord units, which is his name. And he actually won the Franklin Institute Elliott Cresson Medal. Those are given to only 250 people worldwide in all of history for people who made discoveries that impacted mankind, like Alexander Graham Bell for the phone, or Henry Ford for one of the first automobiles, or the Wright brothers for some of the first flight. I mean, these are huge discovery, vaccines, diesel engines. Like, these are things that don't affect a small amount of people or just the United States. They affect billions of people. So this was a very huge discovery. And he has actually devoted his career to fighting the effects of free radical damage and oxidative stress and its role in aging. Because aging is nothing more than the progressive accumulation of your cells rusting or breaking down, which I'll go over. So our little yellow activator hit the market, was born and launched in 2003, where it sat on shelves in the US in GNCs, which there's, I think they just closed 1,200 GNCs. So you're talking about a large, massive vitamin chain. Vitamin Shops, it was actually a brand name called Vitamin Shop, CVS pharmacies. It was in thousands of stores. But no one knew about this little bottle because it was like sitting on the shelf. Who works at those stores? And a 20-year-old making very small wages? There's thousands of vitamins. How do you know about this? So in 2005, an ABC primetime investigative report, an extremely popular consumer protection news station, what they did was they did investigative reports to find out what's real and what's snake oil. Like, what should you be investing your money in? So if you guys haven't had a chance to see that, it's old, it's from 2005, it's a bootlegged copy, but it's extraordinary because not only did they find that it worked, he starts by saying it's like the fountain of youth. You want to get an edge on turning back the clock was his first thing. Do you want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Can you imagine millions of viewers? Yes, please, I do. And in that segment, they show that not only did it work as well as we said, it worked better on the host. So that led to literally a flurry of media attention, studies, people from all over the world, still currently in markets that were not even open, started studying our product because it's breakthrough technology. And so that went from like a penny stock to $20 a share overnight. We're still publicly traded on the NASDAQ. And so in 2009, when they couldn't figure it out, and this is thank God for us, thank goodness for Lara and Jessa and Paul and me and Lisa, because if this was a few years later, they could have sold it through advertising on Facebook, through commercial ads, through video marketing. Thank God for us, this was really before that age, because now as an entrepreneur, I get to put this in hands of hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people. My team is almost 100,000 people now worldwide, and I can get paid and I can help you get paid. So thank goodness they pulled it off the shelf and gave it to entrepreneurs and went from 10 million a year to 200 million a year in 3 years. We have now, for I think the last 8 years, been in the top 50 or 100, at least 100 global network marketing companies by overall sales, and continue to climb. I think last year we were at like 36. So they are studying. And now I'll tell you what Dr. Skip Campbell, he was a chiropractor for one of the most successful sports teams in the US, the Denver Broncos and the Denver Avalanche. He saw this and he said, you know, as a chiropractor, network marketing company after network marketing came to your store every day. And he said, what makes this different is in a doctor, if you know this, nobody studies your product with their own money except for the company. So to know that we have 31 studies and the majority of them were done, and we'll show you who's been studying it, and it's not our company, that right there tells you something. The National Institute of Aging, one of the 27 divisions of the National Institute of Health, did a 10-year study on this product alone. And I'll tell you in a minute what they found. So what is the problem? Because as entrepreneurs, I always tell people this, we don't sell products, we solve problems, right? That's what we do. And the degree which you solve a massive problem, the degree which you will be successful. Unfortunately, we have to tell you what the problem is. You already know, kind of, you see cancer rate rising. I mean, raise your hand or type in the chat. Do you know anyone that has had or died of cancer? My mother died at 65 of cancer. It's real to me. My grandmother died of diabetes. My other grandmother died with Alzheimer's. My other grandfather died of a heart attack. My other grandfather died with leukemia. The problem is all around us. And unfortunately, it's getting lower and lower and lower in age, right? Who do you know that's had a heart attack? Who do you know that has diabetes? 100 million Americans, that's a third of our population, have diabetes. It's the fastest growing problem in children. So we already know subconsciously what the problem is. What you might not have known is that because our environment has gotten increasingly toxic. In the last 200 years since the Industrial Revolution, we've got farming, yay for us, but we also have had 85,000 new chemicals. We have EMFs. You know, this is a 25-year-old or 23-year-old problem. It's a great solution, but it's also a problem. You know, it makes sense that you're going to take supplements that your grandparents didn't have to take because your grandparents didn't live in the environment we live in. It's getting worse every year. So when people are like, oh, Tara, I eat good. I don't care if you're a raw vegan and you eat the sprouts as it comes out of the ground. You can never out-eat your environment because 99% of the protection of your cells come from your cells. You can't eat that. You can't eat superoxide dismutase, which is 99% of the antioxidant protection in your body. You couldn't eat, if you ate blueberries from the time you're born all day, every day, mounds of them all day, every day for 80 years, you wouldn't eat as much blueberries as you need in one day. And I'm not kidding. And I'm going to show you the numbers since I'm a nerd. So what causes oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is oxidation. What's oxidation? Rusting. So unfortunately, the thing that gives you energy, which is your mitochondria, those little power plants, they give off free radicals and they're unstable and they're snatching electrons from your cells. And this is causing damage to your cells. Now, the body also has its own mechanisms, right? But this is being increased. This free radical damage, this oxidation, is increased by the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, not getting enough exercise, lethargy, sitting for long periods of time. Guys, humans were meant to move. Get up and move. If you don't have an Apple Watch, get one. It tells me when it's time to stand. Literally, it tracks every hour if I have stood or not. It's good for your body. Why would Apple do that? Because it's really important. You know, lethargy is killing people. Obesity is killing people. Too much exercise. Think of Lance, what's his name? Lance Armstrong, the cyclist. He got cancer 3 times. Look what he's doing to his body. He's accelerating the rusting. environmental toxins and medications and more, the food we eat. I mean, look at this. This is a snapshot of everyday life, right? So what happened? So there's been over 250,000, that is 250,000 studies just on oxidative stress. And actually since this presentation was made a few months ago, I'm fairly certain that 252,000 is now over 260,000. It might even be over 270,000. They are literally publishing hundreds of studies a day. Why? Because it is important. It's relevant. It's significant. Oxidative stress is the main root cause, and we all have it. Unfortunately, your genetics tells it where it's going to rear its ugly head. So for example, when my husband gets inflamed from stress and bad diet, he gets psoriasis. He has it. My daughter has it. His mother had it. His father had it. That's where his inflammation rears its ugly head. For my family, it's cancer. My grandfather died at 62. My mom died at 65. I'm praying to God that this helps me not have that same, outcome, because I found out genetically that I don't produce as much superoxide dismutase to fight this free radical damage as an average person. I literally have the genetic test in my drawer. I should probably pull it out someday. I'm not kidding. I have the genetic test right here that shows me that I don't do that optimally. So I'm praying to God that this is kicking it in and it'll help me. I can't say it will, because we can't say we're going to treat, prevent, mitigate disease, but we know if you fix the problem, right, you fix the solution. So eyes, macular degeneration, arthritis, every single one of these things in your lung, your brain, your blood, all of these things, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, our top 3 killers, are all caused by oxidative stress. That's one of the main contributing causes. So we know the problem, we don't want the problem, right? What does the problem feel like? It feels like an overburdened immune response. It feels like brain fog. It feels like sluggishness. It feels like bad mood, lack of motivation, increased stress and fatigue. Do children at 5, 10, 12 years old ever look like this? Never. Why? Because their body is still producing all of these things enzymatically in their bodies. The aging process doesn't start until the late teens or early 20s unless you have a genetic deficiency. For example, if your body is more prone to oxidative stress, the number 1 cause of autism is oxidative stress. I actually took the first class on autism ever at Berkeley some years ago, a couple decades ago, and then we actually learned that 20 something years ago as a biochemical reason. So until LifeVantage, until Protandim, there was no solution to effectively lowering oxidative stress, which is linking to all these diseases. No amount of fruits, vegetables, vitamins, antioxidant potions, pills, drinks, powders, or tablets can ever help your body against the daily constant assault of free radical damage. Now, what I want you to see in this is not per day. This is per molecule. I'm sorry, I want to see something. Okay. Every single cell, you have approximately 37 trillion cells in your body, and everyone has an enzyme called superoxide dismutase. Remember from the first screen, the big enzyme discovery? Every one of those molecules is 1 million antioxidants, meaning it can gobble up 1 million of those free radicals. So when I'm talking about per cell, if each one, you have trillions of antioxidants, and free radicals in your cell, and you have these superoxide dismutase. Unfortunately, over time, for every human, that production slows down over time, right? What this is clinically proven in humans, in dogs, in mice, in every mammal that have ever been tested, but most significantly humans, because we're humans, it has been proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days and 70% in 90 days. Why? Because it increases your superoxide dismutase by 30%. Catalase, an enzyme necessary for this SOD to work, and glutathione, your master antioxidant. I challenge you right now, take a pen and paper, someone type it in the chat, glutathione. Go to Google after I'm done, not now, because you want to keep listening, and Google glutathione benefits. It is going to blow your ever-living mind, knowing that this is clinically proven, again in humans, to increase your glutathione by 300%. And this product, ladies and gentlemen, is the only product in world history that is a natural supplement that has ever been proven to extend life in any mammal. They have extended life in like fruit flies and worms, never any mammal. If that doesn't make you excited, I don't know what will. So I'm gonna go back to the screen because we all hear eat your antioxidants. To equal one molecule of superoxide dismutase. So let's play a fun game. Let's pretend you only have 10 in each of your cells, right? Clinically proven to increase it by 30%. That would give you 3 more. That's 3 million antioxidants times 37 trillion. Anybody have a calculator? I'll wait. It would be a number this long. It's quadrillions, decillions. I don't even know if they have a number for it. It's in a lot of zeros. It would probably be the size of the screen. Here's what I'm telling you. This is why you should eat blueberries. It's better than French fries. You should eat oranges. There's vitamins, there's minerals, there's antioxidants, there's nutrients, there's phytonutrients, there's fiber, there's all the things we need. Eat healthy, please. But don't think that it's enough. 1 serving of blueberries is 7,000 antioxidants. So you'd have to eat 110 cups of blueberries to equal 1 molecule of superoxide dismutase. Are you getting it yet? This is why NRF2 activation, which is what this is, has been coined the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine by third party, Washington State University, not me, okay? So every molecule is capable of neutralizing 1 million free radicals per second, all day, every day. Now, here's the fascinating thing. Again, you can find this in the news clip. After 30 days on Protandim, NRF2, you can no longer tell the difference of an 80-year-old cell from a 20-year-old. I'll let that sink in. So will I take this every day? I will take this every day for the rest of my life. I will share it with everybody who comes within 5 feet of me for the rest of my life. People say, Tara, who do you share this with? Everyone I care about, everyone I like, everyone I love. That's it. So it's the easiest business I've ever done. Ever in my life. It's like literally like taking candy from a baby, because once you understand, you'll see why I'm a raving fan. You'll see why Lara's a raving fan, and Jess and Paul and Lisa and all of the Liz and all the amazing people on this team are raving fans, because it is significant and we need to tell the world, and we're getting to them one at a time, but we need help. We need help, you guys. So here's just a glimpse of some of the universities and institutes. You can go to PubMed. So when I joined 5.5 years ago, there were 6 patents in the US. We want to open like 10 markets, UK being one of them. I was there with the launch. It was fun. I love it. I love y'all over there. And I'll go back as soon as the world stops being dumb. But we only had 16 studies. Today we have 31 published peer-reviewed studies, making this literally the most scientifically studied product in the world. And I will challenge any of you to find one that's a patented product. That doesn't even include the 19,000 plus studies. There was only a few hundred studies on NRF2 a few years ago. There's now 19,000 studies. Go watch that. It's grown since last year when I published. There was 13,000 studies, over 10,000 studies, like thousands of studies a year. Why? Because this is significant. NRF2 is one of the biggest breakthroughs. And that's, my friends, what makes us different. So I love that we have in the US healthy energy drinks. We have beautiful hair care and skin care. But so many companies do. We have NRF2 hair care. We have NRF2 skincare. We have NRF2 activation in our healthy energy. We have products that will make a difference because they're backed by science. That's the difference. Okay, so here's the patents and this and that. Again, the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Okay. Here's just a glimpse for those of you who have friends in the US, and also we're going to try to get them out to markets, but we have a whole line of wellness products that are proven, again, by science, mostly backed by our NRF2 technology. So people can't say, like, you can say, oh, I have skincare, me too. Oh, I have NRF2. No one else but a LifeVantage distributor can say, me too. This is a competitive advantage, you guys. And we are 18 years on the market. We are so ahead. There's no competition in our space. There's no effective solution. So let's talk about why you have a great opportunity. When you have a breakthrough that's affordable, that's protected by patents in every country we're in, that's actually unique and significant. And I can't even get into I wish I could download all of the tens of thousands of testimonies that I've personally read over the last 5.5 years. It would blow your mind. It would be almost unbelievable until you keep reading them. Then you realize, when you fix the problem. And here's the thing, guys, that before I go into opportunity, this is why we're different than the pharmaceutical industry. I'm such an advocate for people being their own health advocate, because doctors aren't meant to train you on nutrition. Doctors are meant to give you a pill for a product. So I always explain the problem in the pharmaceuticals like this. You wake up in the morning, you go down in your kitchen and there's water on the floor, you clean it up. The next morning you wake up, you go down to your kitchen, there's water on the floor, you clean it up. The next day, same thing. That's the pharmaceutical industry. What we do is we open up the cabinet and we fix the pipe so that there won't be water on the floor. Does that make sense? A nutraceutical is something that goes into your cells and activates it. Activation is so much more powerful than supplementation. Now, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I take a lot of supplements. I take vitamins, I take minerals, I take all kinds of things, B12, because I don't eat a lot of meat. There's a lot of things I supplement with because I don't get it in my diet. But in terms of longevity and healthy aging and protection, this is my ace in the hole. I'll never stop taking this every day for the rest of my life. All right. So a lot of us are familiar with network marketing. You can work from home. You can work from your phone. I always tell people my favorite thing is about this device, and put it away from you. Do not sleep with it. Do not put it in your bras, ladies. Oh my gosh, I want to just punch someone I see that. Sorry, but that's, these are EMFs. They're signals that are disrupting your cells. But we are the first generation in human history that actually can build a business from this little guy. And your 8-year-old, if you don't know how to do it, we'll help you, okay? No assets, except for like a laptop and a phone. And, I got some fancy lights because my husband likes to do all that. But at the end of the day, you probably have everything you need to start a business, right? You have hundreds of millions of dollars in investments that have been made on your behalf. We have a world-class customer call center. We have a distribution center. I just got off the products and promo committee. Oh my gosh, we have the most amazing, beautiful marketing. We have new strategies, social media strategies. We have free websites, free apps, everything you need to build a business. Social sharing, we teach people that. Your personal online store, all of which you got shopping carts, all these things that you don't even have to pay monthly for. And we get paid daily. I get an email every morning, every single morning. I get so excited. I get it at morning. Now my big check's only once a month, but every single day, here you go, Hyper Wallet. You just got paid. You just got paid. It never gets old. And you know why? Because every time I get one of those, it's because I helped somebody. Somebody joined our company as a customer or distributor, right? Because that's the only way you get paid is someone buys product. We don't get paid for recruiting. We get paid for selling product and travel incentives. I just earned a trip for Cabo. In a month from today, I'll be sailing away to Cabo with my husband and 31 people from North America on my team. I can't wait for that. Who doesn't want to travel for free? Here's a glimpse of the markets that we are currently open for business in. There's probably more. This is a little old, but you can see, who do you know in these countries? Guys, I didn't know anyone that lived outside California or Florida or North Carolina, like 3 states when I got into network marketing. Now I have a global business in like 14 or 15 different countries. A third of my team is in Australia. 10% of my team is this team right here in the UK. Like, honestly, like, I didn't even know, but social media and who knows who, and who do you know who, you could also have a global business within minutes of joining. All right. Again, you get shopping carts, you get apps, you get paid daily, weekly, monthly. Basically, every time someone buys product from you or your team, you get paid. That's what I call money while you sleep. And of course, it's a simple model in network marketing. You're building a network of customers and your network of distributors. The cool thing about our company is because our product is so extraordinary, it stands alone without the business opportunity, which keeps us really safe with the FDA and the FTC. Also, 8 out of 9 of the people on my team are customers. So if you look at my very large paycheck, it's mostly customers, meaning, network marketing. My biggest leader, she's one of my best friends, she wouldn't leave. But if she left, it would literally not make much of a difference in my paycheck. So talking about long-term residual income, when customers buy our product because they're raving fans, it's not susceptible to network marketing catastrophes like I've been through 3 times in my career and don't ever want to do that again, right? So I went up $7.5 million a month, and 2 years later, right? 5-year cycle, right? Up to $500,000 a month, down to nothing. This 5.5 years, still going. And that's why I saw Carrie Dickey's back office. And when I saw her after 5 years, that she was also still going. And today, 10 years later, she still is. That's when I knew I was in the right company, because I thought if the product's that great, people will stay on it. If they stay on it, it's that great. That's why I was sold. So how far can you take it? A Pro 3 is doing about $500 in income a month. It's not going to make you rich, but it would pay your products, a lot of your products, and maybe make a dent in your bills. That's someone who's doing $5,000 in total team sales every single month, right? Or so. I know, I'm sorry, I don't know the translation. Lara, if you want to translate, you're welcome to jump in.
It's about 400.
400 pounds. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, about that.
A Pro 5 is making about 36,000 a year. So what, about 30,000 pounds?
Like 30,000 pounds, yeah.
30,000 pounds. That's a great income for most households. And that's what Lara is. And that's doing about 20,000 a month in sales or so. Pro 7 is about 165,000 US, so about 130 or so.
Yeah, 120, 130.
120,000. That is a full-time income for most people. I'm an elite Pro 9. My business does about $1.5 million a month, and it earns me about 75,000 a month, which is not too shabby. And then people always ask, can I do this? Yes. I told you guys, I had a mortgage and psychology background. I didn't know any of these names. And when I got in, remember, when I got into LifeVantage 5.5 years ago, I didn't know what NRF2 was. I had to learn it. We can teach you. We have all the tools, the resources, and Facebook groups. And this presentation that we do, we have this group. We have lots of groups. We have Level Up Your Life. We have all these presentations from all of these speakers that we've done. And we do them live all the time. So you can just invite someone to take a look at the information like you did. And that's how we build the business. It's kind of like a game of just introduce people to the concept. Tell the LifeVantage story, tell the business opportunity story, tell the product story. And once people do it, and they can make a decision whether this is something they want to invest their time in, whether it's part-time, full-time, spare time, or big time, right? We have a system, we have meetings, trainings, global meetings, incentive trips, perks. You're not alone. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Not to mention the tax advantages, the time freedom. I know I'm not supposed to say that. The leveraged income, all the things that have my life, you know, is better just being a part of this. I'm a healthier individual. My kids are healthier. I read, I've developed, I've become a different person than I was when I was just working for someone else. I've learned skills. I always tell my husband, it's like a fun little game. I want to go get a sales job, like a high-end sales job, like software sales, and see how quickly I can be number one, because I can take all the things that I've learned as an entrepreneur. So if my company disappeared right now, I have a skill set that I could go and do this again and again in any network marketing or non-network marketing company. And that's the greatest thing about it, is we will teach you how to crawl, walk, and run. We go at your pace. But we are just so excited to share this with you, because it has changed my life. It has changed Lara's life. It has changed tens of thousands of lives that I know of in my team. And it's a great company. I'm not going to go over this. There's so much positive press. We have Aaron Brockovich on our board. We're publicly traded. We sponsor a professional, you call it football team. We're opening markets. We're making an impact around the world. And we need more people like me and Lara and Jess and Paul and Liz and Lisa. We need more entrepreneurs, because we don't get to the masses without people like us that care to put in deliberate action to get to the masses. My decision 5.5 years ago has led to almost 100,000 lives changed. I can't wait till it's 1 million. What will your story be? So either I talk really fast and you have no idea what I said and you may need some more information, ready to become a customer, which I will tell you, if you hear this and don't become a customer, I didn't do my job today. At least get on the product and feel the difference. Or even just know if you don't feel it, because some people don't feel it until they stop it, actually. But you're going to have a biochemical, it is 100%. It worked 100% of the time in every human ever tested by the most rigorous, sensitive blood test done on live blood. It worked 100% of the time. So I promise you're not going to be that one person out of millions that it doesn't work for. Become a customer. But if you like this information and you love, doing something significant, we would love to have you on the team. So I hope that I didn't go on too long, and I hope that I am the first person to welcome you to LifeVantage. And thank you guys so much for listening me drone on for the last, 35 minutes or so. Anyway. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please get back to the person who invited you here. Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to talk to me, Everybody knows how to get a hold of me. I'm here. This is what I do full time, and nobody is unimportant, and everyone matters and everything matters. So I would love to meet you. If you'd like to join our team, I would be happy to say hi to you. So thank you guys. And this call is officially a wrap.
Thank you, Tara. Brilliant. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Love you guys. See you soon.
See you soon.